This is mental wellness in the modern world. Our mission is to connect biblical and psychological principles to better understand ourselves and the world around us. In a time when chaos is loud and pressure feels constant, peace isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Mental wellness isn't just about surviving, it's about finding clarity, strength, and meaning in the everyday. This is where honest conversations happen, where healing meets truth, and where you're reminded that you're not alone. I'm Eleni Lobene with Benison Kingdom Network, and this is Mental Wellness in the Modern World. And today we're going to be talking about personality. Now, to give you a little background about myself, I am an industrial organizational psychologist by training. I have a PhD in psychology. I used to teach personality psychology, so I'm really familiar with a lot of the traditional and newer frameworks. And I also participated on a team that was developing a new personality assessment for use in high-stakes settings in the workplace when I was on a consulting team working in research development. So I have a lot of background when it comes to the science behind psychology and the study of that part of the human psyche. Now, at the same time that I was actually working on this personality assessment, I was also part of a church plant and I was on the leadership team of that church. The leader of the leadership team, the pastor, told us to listen to this 2-hour podcast on the way to a retreat that we were going on. And it was about personality. It was about some personality assessment that he thought we should listen to and then self-identify which of the 9 personality traits we had. Now, I thought this was ridiculous. I literally was laughing that we were having to do this because I'm thinking, what is this thing? It's called the Enneagram. Like, who came up with this? It's based on ancient wisdom. It can't possibly be based on any sort of empirical evidence. And like, why should we believe it? And to be completely frank with you, I don't think it still has very much empirical evidence. But let me tell you, it was a crazy, powerful tool for our team as we went into this leadership retreat to better understand ourselves and our own strengths and shortcomings, and then also how our personalities connected with and complemented and conflicted with other members of the team. It was a framework that was helpful for the conversation, and there was enough stuff out there that you could continue to think about and read about these ideas of how these personalities work, and you could actually learn a lot about yourself. And what I found was that it ended up being a tremendously powerful and useful tool. And then I found out it was being used across many churches in the country, and it's having lasting impact. People who are doing these assessments and doing sort of the homework around their personality type are seeing lasting impact in their lives. So, all that to say, I know I'm nerding out on you, but I think that you might be interested in learning a little bit about it too. So, I'm going to just quickly today talk about the 9 personality styles. And this is like super surface level conversation because really you need to dive into the connectedness of the different personality types and all the nuance, and it would take a little bit more time. So I will do, if you want, tell me if you want this, I will do an episode on each personality type. But for today, I'm just going to give you a quick overview. And then maybe you can spend some time identifying and self-exploring what you think your personality type might be, and that can help you to make changes in your life, right? And that's the whole point of this podcast. Like, let's understand ourselves better so we can interact with the world better. Now, all that said, let's dive in. Personality type 1, and literally people will be like, oh, I'm a 1 on the Enneagram. This person is called the reformer, and they are rational, idealistic. On the maybe less positive side, they can be a bit perfectionistic or maybe controlled, self-controlled, controlling. Okay. Then there's the helper. This is the person who cares so much. They have very strong interpersonal need and skills. But then maybe on the negative side, they're people pleasing or they can be a bit possessive. Okay. And you might know I'm saying that like a couple of pros and a couple of cons because every single personality comes with advantages that are strengths and then disadvantages that are just things that don't come as easily to us or sort of come with the territory, right? Type 3, I'll let you in on a little secret. This is me. It's the success-oriented pragmatic type. Okay, so they're very driven, but they can also be image conscious. And then the individualist is the sensitive, withdrawn type. I think this is the artist. And they can be very expressive, but also a bit temperamental. The investigator is intense, cerebral. Okay, this is the person who really is thinking. They can be very innovative, but they can also be a bit isolated. The loyalist is the committed, security-oriented person who is very engaging and responsible, but they can be a bit anxious and suspicious as well. We have the enthusiast. This is the busy, fun-loving birthday personality type who can be spontaneous, but also distractible and scattered. Then you have the challenger, which is a powerful, dominating personality force. They can be very self-confident, but they can also be a bit confrontational. Finally is type 9, which is the peacemaker. This is the easygoing, self-effacing type. It can be very reassuring, but sometimes maybe too agreeable and complacent. So that's a lot of adjectives I just threw at you. And maybe you're like, I could be like any one of those things. But with a deeper dive, you might be able to identify some that you really resonate with more. And if you can identify that, then you can really try and understand yourself in a different way. It's just a tool. Like I said, maybe if there's any like doctoral students out there looking for a dissertation topic, this could be a thing that could use some research because people are using it and it doesn't have a whole lot of data backing it quite yet. All that said, I'm Eleni Lobene, and this is Benison Kingdom Network. Let me know if you want more on it.